Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to stream. Welcome, welcome. I love when you click off the game and the music stops. Hello. We're going to play more visual novels today. Hi, Minty. Also, I saw, guys, I almost had the best vinyl fine thrifting today, but it was just the cover. I'm so sorry. I hate when that happens. I understand. Or it's like finding a piece of clothing you really like and then it's not your size. Or like shoes or something. It's awful. I'm so sorry. My condolences. Anyways, we're gonna play 3 whole games today, if you can believe it. Two of them are very gay, and one of them is gay if we make it gay, and I'm obviously gonna make it gay. So, here we go. This particular one is just in the playtesting phase. So, if there's a few weird, funky, wonky things, that's why. It was the original Phantom of the Opera vinyl from 1980 something. Oh wow, original. That's kind of crazy. Ugh. That's a little bit crazy. I would be very surprised if you found it. You had me at gay. Yeah, exactly. So let's just get right into it. I have no context for this, by the way. This is what you have seen, what I have seen. Ah, thanks, Minty. I'm gonna turn the music down over here. Turn it down a little bit on your guys' end. Taking the customary one-person time, I carefully cleaned my bedroom. I don't know what that means. Not knowing how long I will stay there. I have a feeling that these people's first language is not English. The screen lights up. It's an email. Oh, this must be me. Salary and benefits details. It's the confirmation email. After handling my grandma's funeral affairs, I decided to move to Jade Palace City for work. Before this, I tallied up what remained of the assets after my parents' squandering and the inheritance Grandma left me. Given Jade Palace City's rental standards and my requirements, I might only be able to afford a single apartment for 6 months. All that back-breaking work over the years was not in vain. I just received an offer from one of the top groups. Even if it's just a junior position, it pays enough for my rent and daily expenses. My friend, or as she said, my childhood sweetheart, named Maggie Wang. She's a local. She will start helping me when renting my apartment right after I got my offer. A message pops up. Hi to you too. How's it going? Made your decision? It's Maggie. Oh goodness. We're already into a decision. Oh goodness. Also, can we just appreciate how beautiful this art is? I've never seen art with such obvious tones. But I mean, I like it. It's just very wow. You can see the blue in the shadows. I think that's really interesting. And the orange and the highlights. Lock down an apartment. I've already found some apartments that meet your requirements. You can pick from the list. Maggie sent a picture of a few apartments she recommended, and she also used her beloved duck to specify a place called Dayong Bay. Milk, you using stream chat to say something? You using stream chat to say something when you can yell? I would love some food. Thank you. Look, your new office is right near the area I marked. You can walk to home, but it's a bit pricey, so you'll need to stretch your budget. With my normal salary, it would have been more than enough to buy an apartment. But unfortunately, my family fell into poverty for the second time, and I ended up with the same life as after graduation. Hey, I'd do the same. Oh yeah, Minty, we'll bring you some food too. But given your spending habits, I bet you'd pick this one. It wouldn't you, I'm assuming. Surely, she does know me best. Then you've got this. I'll start packing in the next couple of days and send them here after you rent it. Sure. She seems to have something to say and hesitated in silence for a moment. What's wrong? Afraid I won't pay? What are you talking about? She sounds like she is worried about me. I know what she's thinking. No worries. I didn't say anything yet. You were afraid I'd meet her. Who? How can I not be afraid? She broke your heart so much that you almost died for her. Suddenly, she becomes emotional. But what she said is not true. For now, that past even feels performative to me. I just wanted to indulge myself with that drama. It's all over. Jade Palace is a big city. There's no connection between my work and hers. We won't meet again. It better be. Or, do you have enough money? Or I can pay your rent first. Are you some kind of saint or what? How can I I'm gonna not read that. Look into the mirror and see that face of yours. Maggie has been silent for a while. She must be frowning and sighing over there. Evie, there's nothing that can slow you down now. I think they're gonna need to proofread a little bit of this. You can go after anything you want. Including my dear Saint Maggie? Bye-bye now. Damn. She didn't like my pickup line. But she is right. I should go after what I want. Like her. Ooh. Her. Okay. The day I arrive in Jade Palace City, it's good weather. Maggie drives to the airport ahead of time to pick me up, intending to take me to dinner first, and then to the apartment she rented for me. I thought I told you not to come. No new relationship progress lately? Oh, that's Maggie. You sound like my parents, always asking about relationships. I just ask once, not always. I told you no one has caught my eyes. How about you? Ended with her years ago, but still stay single. Do you... Nope. I'm not even finished. I always know what you want to say. Okay, I won't ask again. What do you want for dinner? She drives into the city and takes me back to the same restaurant she treated me during my last trip in Jade Palace. Then drops me and my luggage off at the new apartment. Well, that was kind of her. Done. Need me to warm your apartment up? She talks like I own this room. Pity, given the location and amenities, I can just rent it. Though I still have some deposit, now I need to start from the beginning. Yeah. She doesn't have pajamas, guys. Oh no. Oh my gosh, how could she forget pajamas? Then go home. Damn, okay. I'm not even trying to be flirty, I'm just not gonna be rude. You can wear mine. Meditating? I think she said... I don't know what that is trying to say. Oh, it's a two people, one bed trope, guys. It's a well-furnished apartment. All I need to do is unpack my luggage and settle in. Oh no, how inconvenient. Exactly, Minty. Maggie just made the bed, lying on the end of it and looking at me with a smile. I blink at her. Have you picked out your pajamas yet? There used to be moments like this back in university. Every semester started. At the start of every semester, she'd always insist on making my bed. It was a task I could have easily done alone, but with the two of us working on it, we just end up laughing and collapsing together, turning a simple task into chaos. Her eyes flutter deliberately like the wings of a restless butterfly. Damn. Well, take off the ones you're wearing. They'll do fine as my pajamas. You want a belt for pajamas? I don't know about that. I think everything else is okay, but it looks like I'm wearing some sort of like work pants and like jean thingies. Wow, since when did your tastes get so bold? Maggie slides from bed to floor, lying together? And what's your taste? The structure of the new apartment is very airy, with quite a nice view from the living room in every direction. And we collapse on the floor, the chandelier in the dining room looking like a fish swimming through the Milky Way. The light dazzles my eyes. Without waiting for me to answer, Maggie picked up where she left off. You smell like barley tea. You just refused the drink I offered earlier, and now you're complaining I'm too bitter? We've just made purchases together at a convenience store, but now she insists that I make boiling barley tea with a brand new hot water kettle. And drinks it while frowning and complaining that it's too hot and bitter. Maggie rolls towards me again, kicking me on... I think that meant accidentally, not unconsciously. I looked at her. Just 2 seconds of eye contact, and we burst out laughing. Did I say something wrong? Food! I'm gonna, like, move the mic so I'm not giving you guys a eating ASMR. Thanks, Mel. I forgot to eat dinner before this again, so here we are. We're having lasagna. Unfortunate, I'm playing a bunch of talking and reading aloud games. Yes, Minty? Oh, I know. I'm working on it. I'm eating now. I had a very busy day. I'm gonna have a very busy 2 days, so this is the best I got. Okay. Your chats are delayed big time. Yeah, I don't doubt it. This game is like not a huge game, but for some reason it's really slowing my computer down. Maggie leans in again, wrapping her arms around mine. Then let's grab some dessert? Moving house is exhausting. I lay sprawled on the floor, out of energy, watching Maggie crawl from one side to the other, just for her missing phone. Mumbling complaints with every swipe at the floor. You used to sprawl out like this at my place, too. Really? I casually slide Maggie's phone further behind my back. You really can't remember where you put it? Damn. Out here hiding her phone and shit. This is middle school stuff. She keeps rummaging, the hem of her skirt brushing me. Sorry, I was trying to decide if that was Scandi enough to not read. You just came to my place once, and I had to beg you to visit, I'm assuming? I told you my parents were nice, but you looked like we were going to kidnap you. She still can't let go of what happened during our university years. She knows nothing, still searching for her phone based on her memory? Ice cream. Yeah, do you have ice cream, Dio? Oh yeah, guess whose car is broken? Milk's car, which subsequently means my car. I mean, it's not my car, but the car I use. Mm-hmm. We don't know how. We also don't know what's wrong with it. I went to drive to, work this morning. Class, work, whatever. And I couldn't turn it on. It's a hybrid and a push to start, so I just pushed the button and it didn't turn on. But we don't know what's wrong with it because apparently, I mean, we don't actually know if it's the battery or not, but something happened and it can't turn on. And it's really unfortunate because Milk Milk doesn't need it very much, and she's kind enough to let me use it, but I really need it because the places I go daily are a little bit harder to get to via bus/walking, so it'll be interesting. So specifically tomorrow. I swear, someone in the neighborhood messed with it. I don't think so. I don't think so, but I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. My finger taps the little duck on her bag. I don't have many friends, or rather, my personal standards for friendship are high. I also dislike stepping into unfamiliar spaces, enduring the slightly scrutinizing gazes of a friend's family members, even though Maggie's parents were warm. You've got plenty of friends to bring home. One less like one less like me me won't matter. Maggie turns around, viciously slamming the pillow, "Congrats on your new place," in my face. The little duck also seems to quack and bounce back. Ah, it hurts! She stands up, hands on her waist, looking down at me lying on the floor. Oh, I'm in trouble. Hey, not again. You know well you're my best friend. The pillow she gives me is also duck-shaped, made of ultra-soft plush. Every time I touch it, I can't help but squeeze it more. Of course I know it. Maggie crouches beside me, still puffing as she strokes my face. No, you don't. All right. Find your phone. Don't pick on me. She's saying that like she isn't laying on her phone. Although, can't say I don't do that. I still want to tease her, but her phone rings suddenly. The vibration against my lower back and Maggie's ringtone hit me at once. Suddenly, I'm unable to meet her eyes. Eve. Evelyn. Leo? Leo? Evelyn Leo. I blink. Again. Answer your phone. I lift up her phone, and the caller is... Maggie, it's your father. Hurry. She huffs and gives me a glare like she is going to get me later. I pretend to look for my pajamas while she's still here? I'm assuming this sentence, it's kind of a mess, but I think this means she's looking for the pajamas while she's still in the room. She doesn't like try to hide when someone is on the phone because they like to do that. I think this is Chinese, so a really common thing in Chinese culture is not taking a phone call when you have company over. So I think that's kind of what the sentence is referring to. Recently, her mom fell ill and needed surgery, so she was always busy juggling work, home, and the hospital. This time, she isn't as lighthearted as talking to me. Maggie hangs up the phone and looks at me with a slightly apologetic look. Evie, I'm sorry. I'd planned to properly welcome you back. Don't apologize. Until next time, Miss Wang. You say it so casual. Oh, fuck. If your mom's in the hospital, why would I say anything that prevents you from going? I hope that doesn't bite me in the butt later. I was trying to be a nice person. Her hair sways as she is getting angry, and those ever-changing hair clips hardly match our age. We're the same age, yet whenever I'm with her, I can't help but want to take care of her. A friend. A friend like a younger sister. Keep telling yourself that. I sit back and shake my head. Now I live here. You can come here anytime. Anytime for Miss Wang, but it's a pity. Today Maggie won't be able to wear the Evie brand pajamas you specified. Maggie grunts. You only explain so much when you feel guilty. So don't hold... I don't know what it's trying to say there. Oh, please stay with me for a while. That's not good, is it? Your family needs you. Family first. So... I'm assuming she's like, okay, go on now. Maggie sees through my politeness, a faint disappointment hidden in raised eyebrows. Ha, don't worry, you can't help me with it. I should go. I walk her downstairs to the underground garage. She gets in the car and pokes her head out. Evie, need me to get you a car? Oh my goodness, that is so kind of her. Speaking of cars. Nope, I can walk to the office. She seems to still... Nope, I was right the first time. She still seems to want to say something, but doesn't. Then waves her hand and drives away. Ooh, hello. That's a typo. The others have been, like, translation issues, but that's a typo. I know she has no... I think this is trying to say, I know she has no requirement to... That's a weird one, but I can't think of a better way to say it. I know she has no requirement to me. She just wants to care for me. But as a friend, she doesn't need to go this far. I just want to be friends with her forever, without any of those heavier entanglements. After seeing Maggie off, I take the elevator back up to my new apartment, sharing the space with a neighbor who just parked her car. Oh my goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm gonna take this opportunity to have a bite of my dinner. My goodness. I think I like her. All I can see are her boobs, but I like her. She wears a rather broad black shirt, a little more than half a head taller than I. Also, hold up. I know. It's a boob window. Choker with a black moon and an open collar. The sunglasses on her face, revealing a pair of not-so-thin maple sugar-colored lipstick lips. Whew! That was a lot. Despite the minimalist outfit, it is clear her clothing and accessories are not cheap. That's minimalist? Goodness. I have no intention of reading more than that, and look down to confirm the email message on my phone. The schedule afterward. Just arrived today and work tomorrow. Not giving myself a break is how I do it. I'm just gonna replace that ending with how I do it. I like the feeling of tightness. It's proof of being alive. Relaxation would rot me, like too much air hastening the ripening. Wow, that is such a phrase. Then decay. The elevator arrives at my floor. I step out of the elevator, not noticing that the woman on the elevator has been watching me for a long time. Her fingers with no decoration. Interesting. That is an interesting way to phrase it. Her fingers with no decoration are pressing on the button until my figure disappears into the corridor. Oh, she knows me? Evie, is that you? Oh no, is that my ex? I feel like I would know who my ex looks, or what my ex looks like. Maybe I'm wrong though. First day at the new job, smooth sailing. The new company is located in the core business district of Jade Palace City, and also surrounded by a number of well-known companies. Since I've experience in the industry for years, I join a team with a few newcomers under me and several marketing managers above. My direct supervisor is a director named Audrey. Judging by the kid's photo on her desk, she's likely a married mom. She doesn't give me any time to adjust. Tells me straight away the previous colleague left abruptly and dumps all her work on me. In my 8th year on the job, I still don't sit in a completely separate office. My supervisor, her nail dotting the paperwork like cat's eye stones, points to a copy of the plan at the top that has already been approved. This is a collaboration with, oh boy, this is going to test my pronunciation. Milk. How do you pronounce that? Something Daily Chemicals? I'm so bad with the X's. Okay, that's what I was going to say. I need to trust my gut. Daily Chemicals. Your predecessor hasn't contacted their lead yet, scheduling a meeting ASAP to finalize the contract. I thought I'd at least get a warning to catch my breath, and just like that, I nearly missed lunch. Between work, Maggie gives me a call. No, I'm gonna answer. You kidding? How is your new work? Have you got lunch already? Nope, too many company legacy issues. Headache. The new company's much larger than my old one back home, with its own canteen, but I'm no fresh grad anymore. My appeal of food has faded. I'd rather grab something simple. I'm too afraid to pronounce other languages I don't know. Yeah, that's fair, but see, I do know Chinese. My pronunciation isn't as good as Milk's, but I can usually pronounce it if it's written out in Pinyin. But sometimes this shit is hard. Sometimes it's like not necessarily like I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like it's physically difficult to make the noises. Because a lot of the times I can make the individual noise, like jue and tree, but sometimes saying them together fucks me up a little bit. What can I say? This company sucks, working people to the bone. I feel relaxed when I hear her voice. The stack of paper prospects on the desk is heavily annotated, and the comments of digital docs also need to be reviewed line by line, but my focus is on the meeting I just scheduled. I scheduled a meeting on Wednesday afternoon with Jieshui Daily Chemicals. Their contact, an assistant, warned me the time might change. She didn't even give me exact info on who's in charge now, just dropped that the ex-director also quit. Ha. Just part of the job. Say, you're the designer. Isn't your workload much more than mine? I went to art school. Maggie and I weren't in the same major, but we shared the same room. You went to art school? What did you do in art school? It's business related. Oh, I guess actually there's kind of a bit. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. After graduation, there it is. After graduation, I switched careers. I'm still working with brands and products. At least now I can ditch the headache-inducing design part. Oh, that's the fun part. What do you mean? Maggie works at an internet company in Jade Palace City. Her overtime hours are even more than mine. We've always been each other's complain buddies. Alright, looks like I'll be working late tonight. If not, wanna grab dinner together? Even if we both work late, we could still make it. We'll see. Of course, your mom comes first. Unlike me, Maggie has a happy family. We're close friends, but I avoid visiting her home. Her parents are so warm that it always makes me think of my separated parents. I was jealous 10 years ago. Now I just want to stay away. I feel that. I feel that very hard. But Maggie doesn't know. You're right. Let's meet up after things settle. Okay. She probably didn't say it like that. She seems a little bit more not as uppity as me, but I can't be play a character when I'm reading these. I'm just reading them. Oh, I'm not an actor, if you guys can't tell. In the next few days, I adjusted to the new company's rhythm. The first meeting delayed due to internal reshuffling in their company. Director Audrey didn't comment further, just told me to keep following up, and she'd filter a few more companies. Suited proposals for me to deal with. I enjoy the crush. Wow, I enjoy the workload, like winter air sharp in the lungs. I feel alive. All right, well, sure. I could not be me, but means you're well suited for the workforce. It's a feeling that I rarely want to share. Your favorite unadon for my dinner. No overtime today? Show me your unadon. Picture. We haven't finished the function of... Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just read that. I see. That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's a playtest. Since we first met, I don't know who Yu is, has been very partial to unadon. Having dinner alone? Not with your Maggie? I wonder if that's a parent? Didn't she say she wanted to stay with you every day after you moved to Jade Palace? Oh, that makes more sense. Yu is my net friend. Wow, I feel so slang. That's so slang, like my net friend. It's the 15th year since we've known each other for 15 years. I understand where that sentence came from in terms of translation, but it is a little weird to say. Maggie is my friend offline. Yu is my friend online. 15-year friendship? I know. I don't think I have a single friendship that I have had for 15 years. Well, let me think about it. Hold on. So 15 years, that means... Nope. I have 0 friendships. I mean, if my, brother counts, obviously. But, nope. That's a long time. Maggie doesn't know Yu, but Yu. I can't think of a better way to say that. Yu, it knows more secrets of mine. The first love that I never had, the regrets and the foolish things I did for that person ever had. The first love that I ever had is probably what they're trying to say. All these years we've shared a lot. Age, jobs, news of family, but we never knew each other's names. She didn't say that. Of course I eat alone. The elevator arrives while I'm sending messages to Yu. Not your cup of tea at the new company? Yu's messages always come in time. The message can wait. Are you kidding? The elevator is crowded with residents, and I see a pair of familiar ankle boots. I want to talk to this woman so fucking bad. Can I please talk to her? It was the woman I met on the day I moved in. She isn't wearing sunglasses this time. A black mask covers half her face. There is a kind of terrifyingly familiarity. Oh, I bet she's the ex then. Okay, well, if something is covering her face, then I bet that's the ex. Damn it! Why is the ex hot? I mean, go me, I guess, but god damn it. While I'm trying to figure it out, the elevator already reaches my floor. Want some company? No. Are you busy? Have you been busy recently? That is exactly how you say it in Chinese. Kind of busy, thinking about where to stay back home. I don't want to live with my family. I know her family situation is complicated. She has an older brother, yep, that's usually what that means. Don't need to add above her, but yeah. She has an older brother. The whole clan? I'm gonna say family. The whole family seems to live in a big mansion. She doesn't like this collective life and has complained many times. If we were truly the kind of friends who told each other everything, maybe I should say, you can always come to my home if you need. But I don't. Alright, I'll let you go then. Just got home in time for dinner. Okay. The partnering company didn't arrange to meet at the office. Instead, the address they sent in the email was right along the midpoint between our two companies. Well, that was kind of them. Sorry, I'm looking at the background. That is so interesting. The plants are so weird. Like, those are very large plants to be on tables. Oops, I forgot to read that. It was just the name of the cafe. My bad. I assumed the assistant assigned to me would be around my age, or even younger. When I step inside, the first thing that catches my eyes is a side silhouette, half concealed by the elaborately arranged indoor plants. She doesn't turn around when the sliding door... Oh, boy. I walk over slowly. As I take my seat, my gaze lifts to her face. A surprising familiarity. I study her for a moment. Girl, you seriously don't know? I study her for a moment, thinking where I might have met her, then brace for my usual greeting. Forgot about me? What? I stare at that face in shock. Her hair just brushed her shoulders. Her hair brushing her shoulders, crisp and curled, a perfect match for her quiet yet sharp presence. Classier than any brand representative I've ever met. Not sure whether she meticulously maintained it or not. Her skin glows with an almost unnatural bronze. Maybe I've been in shock for too long. She hums. Could a thief wipe her memories clean? Thief? I swear I never did anything illegal. Being a thief goes too far. Perhaps you've mistaken me for someone else. The sloppy way she talks, she probably is trying to be like the unprofessional way. The unprofessional way she talks, she must be that temporary replacement from another department the contact mentioned. So we don't even know her name, but looking at her, she might be a seniority. I don't falter, just keep watching her with a smile. I'd checked reviews of this cafe before heading out. Tranquil ambience, high prices, an ideal spot for business meetings, but personally, I won't probably go to this place. Her face wavered in the steam rising from the coffee, and I try to match it with anyone in my memory. A dust-blurred face flicked through my mind, but I can't recall. If she is that one, how can she sit in front of me like this? Why would it... Oh my gosh, this is like, I want to know who this is. Please remember. I won't forget you, Evie. I'm not a thief. I don't really know what that was about. I've been annoyed, but due to the work must go on. Due to work, this must go on is probably more like it. The way she insists on untangling this slowly, it feels excruciating. This is the first meeting. Even though you know my name, please don't call me like that. Call me that. I heard the last project lead of Jie Shui has left. Since you're temporarily taking over, may I ask your name? This is the most ridiculous meeting of my career, negotiating with a nameless one. Comparing to my younger self, patience has become my proudest asset. She smiled and easily caught my gaze. Whoa! Oops. Oh, I see. I just clicked on history. Her look isn't exactly pretty in mainstream standards. With parted hair falling over her shoulders, crisp elegance trims her eyes. That sun-bronzed skin glows like... That's an interesting way to put that. I'm just going to skip that. If not for work, I might have been drawn to her. But why the longer look? Why the longer I look, the more familiar I feel. A quiet unease grips my heart. Maybe I really saw her somewhere. Yeah, no, I was literally thinking, like, you mainstream, she's not pretty? But then you have to remember it's Chinese mainstream, which is definitely not tan. More modest. Like, long, straight hair. Long, dark, straight hair. So, like, yeah, not mainstream for that, but I think yeah, she's really pretty. Yeah. Yeah, like I think MC is the mainstream probably standard pretty. But I never borrowed money from her. Evie, you weren't this cold when you stayed in my house. She speaks like she looks. Perhaps her smile is messing with my judgment. My brain goes blank for half a second. I look at her in shock again. Uh, she bedroom. That's all she got. She bedroom. The familiarity that had repeatedly caught me off guard comes tumbling back. It really is her. It shouldn't be. Many years ago, me, 16 years old, me running away from home. No one would care to chase after me anyway. Encountered, I'm Diana. That hurts. You promised to reunite with me, yet you vanished without even a word, and took away my piggy bank on the desk. Oh, okay, I'm glad it's not an X, because... I mean... She called me thief, spoke with sorrow, but no intentions to ask for repayment, I'm guessing? Out of the window, Jade Palace glows with dawn light, thousands of miles away from where we met. My memories are peeled open like a pomelo. Then I remember, she's the woman I've seen in the apartment elevator. Two faces overlap together. I look at her in silence. She stops speaking and waits patiently for me. Like the day she found me. Inexplicable shame wells up. Suddenly, I feel like the first love people cherished might just be a joke. It's just a symbol. One day, when you meet them again, you can't even recognize them. Now things are all messed up. I feel like this is only good to say if I literally have the intention of paying it back. But also, this feels like I'm avoiding it, and I don't want that. So I think I'm going to stay on topic. Why can't she let it rot in the past? I left a note. Didn't you see it? Now is her turn to look shocked. What note? I tore out the last page of your address book and wrote down my name and address. I was 16 when I met Diana. Back then, I hadn't met Maggie or, I think we found our love interests. Or you. My parents' company went bankrupt in my first year of high school. Whether she recalls me in a mess or that note, her expression fractured into grief. Whatever. Evie, I turned away, lost in my... Wait, hold on. I need to, really read that again. My parents' company went bankrupt in my first year of high school. Okay. I turned away, lost in my own memories. It was simple. It wasn't? It was. Though my family hadn't sunk into massive debt, our life quality had already plummeted. My parents quarreled every day, and then divorced. Mother took her luggage back to her hometown, left me with father. Father drowned himself in alcohol and gambling. Our mansion turned into a mouse-ridden hovel. Classmates became unfriendly. Then he confiscated my phone for my studies. Go ahead, please. Choosing this place for business was a miscalculation from the start. The past is like a bubble, already floating far away but suddenly blown back. At the time, I couldn't face my freshman year of high school after transferring. During that summer after freshman year, after father drank, I stole the money that remained and decided to leave to find my mother. Just merely enough cash for a bus ticket to the intercity terminal. A high school student, without money or phone, didn't know where to go, crouching at a roadside from noon until nightfall. I encountered Diana then. The person in front of me suddenly reaches out, then turns away again, and squeezes the spoon as if nothing had happened. Then I realized I had been clutching the cup, and thankfully the coffee has cooled down. I still can't resist looking at her hand. Her skin was darker back then, without any, location? I don't know what that means. And some sunspots on her face. She stepped into a pair of, whitewashed canvas shoes, carrying some fruits, and passed me at least 3 times. The thing I first remembered was her shoes. Not the ankle boots I saw in the elevator days ago. Those canvas shoes with each foot painted with mismatched designs. Didn't know who did it. I thought I could make it better. That day I said, what does requite her in this context mean? Diana's belated response interrupted my thoughts. I didn't get it, the note. She seemed lost in memories as well, but I escaped faster, forcing the conversation back to our work. It's about whether I can survive in this city or not. Let's talk about our work first. No more catching up? I need my salary die. Don't know what crossed her mind, but she smiled too. Lipstick-smeared lips were both strange and familiar. Then I'll sign it. This time, how are you going to repay me? The first time I met her more than 10 years ago. This must be an actual word that I just don't know. My requite at that time seemed to be a bite at her hand. She shared everything with me in her tiny rental house. A cramped single bed, cheap toiletries, a shower stall where it was even hard to turn around. Diana was poor and struggling, yet stubbornly self-made, and was also generous and kind, extending boundless patience to a stranger like me. Even though that time was harsher than my worst days back home, I was happy. Evie? My eyes fell on her very different appearance. No sign of poverty on her anymore. She looks like a black moon? I don't know what that means. I don't know if she still has a grudge against me. Regardless, it's my turn to return her generosity and kindness. I meet her eyes and find no retreat there. Ooh, I don't know what this means. She doesn't need to live in my apartment. I mean, I wouldn't mind her in my apartment, of course, but like, she doesn't need to, it seems. I don't know. I feel like this is silly. My fingertips tracing the rim of the cup. Again and again. Then I turn the question back. Requital? But I don't want her to wait for her reaction any longer. You can come to live in my apartment. I live with you in the same apartment building. Don't you remember? Since confirming who she is, I can't help but smile. If Maggie were here, she must have noticed this smile is different from my usual. I feel foolish even to myself. Luckily, the woman before me doesn't really know who I am right now. This is my return to my savior. Okay. I guess. Sure. I'm sure she understands what I imply. Whoa! Like the summer night. Sorry, I wasn't ready for that. This is a really pretty picture, though. This is really pretty. Obviously, it's just a sketch right now, but that's really pretty. Like the summer night that year, hello! Old style fans blowing overhead as she and I lay side by side in our rental room. The thin sheet barely covered our waists, and sometimes one of us turned unconsciously. Our bare skin would brush for a moment. Oh my god, how scandalous. Whoa! So my lips accidentally, okay, sure, girl, grazed the corner of her mouth. Outside the windows, cars occasionally passed by. Even late at night, the city refused to sleep. Yeah, you remembering something, girl? At this moment in time, neither of us speaks, and no one is avoiding it anymore. I know, accidentally. You guys can't see my hands up, but I was definitely air quoting then. Totally different from that year. Oh, I bet it was just like fucking sexual tension galore. We lived in a busy city. My naive heart beat like the motorcycle's engine outside. In particular, when I met her startled eyes. Vroom vroom. Sorry. How did you want me to read that? I wanted to say it's not what you think. This was an accident. Like the time you accidentally kissed her? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. But my flushed face seemed to fill between... I don't know what that That's definitely a phrase, but I don't know what it means. I just felt heat, unbearable, and words stuck in my throat. Diana's face burned too. She shut her eyes and turned away, pretending nothing had happened. I was 16, yet she was 21? That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. I mean, well, obviously they're older now, but like, that's a little sus. I was not sure if growing up means maturity in every part of the body, but I was sure my desire that grew outran my body in that moment. I claimed her as my first love. That's all? Oh my god. Her voice wavers, but still calm. Already I can look into her eyes, yet I still fear to see myself in panic. Then tell me what you want. Not just my unrequital, but fate's delay. Isn't that all falling into place? But Diana looks even a little more let down. She stares at me intently for a moment, as if comparing something. How have you been all these years? Oh, I see. Isn't that in the correct... Hold on, how can I rephrase that? This isn't in the correct order. Shouldn't she have said that when I sat down? Her reaction is beyond my expectation. It seems that before her, I remain forever the 16-year-old girl who fled home. Anxious and desperate in an escape, but fortunately encountered a kind woman. I'm forever in her debt. Oh, it's 10 years. Holy shit. So she's 31. Oh, no. She's 41. Okay. No matter I'm 16 or 26, even the upcoming 36. Oh, wait, no. I have actually... That entire sentence had so many ages, I don't know what the age of each of them is. Something about Diana is what I crave. I might chase that for my whole life. But now, all I want is to seize her. Oh, that's such an interesting way of putting it. I want to repay you with all my heart. I'm gazing at her. All these years apart can't hide the hardness life has hammered into me. But my desire is even stronger than when I was 16. I just want fate to turn the false into truth, even just once. When I reach out again, the coffee has gone totally cold. Diana has been watching me the entire time. Suddenly she laughs as if she sees something. I look away, but she calls my name. Evie, what I want is not... Oh. That's kind of forward. We're moving very fast. What I want is not just sharing a bed, a meal, or taking a shower together. I understand now. Oh my god, are we dating? Are we gonna start dating right now? That was so quick! Dear lord. It's just the start. Will you accept? I'm more looking forward to the ending. Okay then, for our ending. Oh my god. Di, please sign this contract. It's important to me. Okay. Changing the topic to work. I stare intently at her focused gaze. Our re-encounter contract. That was wild. We're already like starting off strong. I'm so used to these visual novels being so slow burn. That was so quick. Holy shit. But usually, okay, in my experience, when the like relationship starts early on, it means it's like a really turbulent relationship and there's lots of highs and lows. Specifically lows. There's lots of lows. After successfully finalizing the contract with Jishui, my boss assigned me new tasks. Same building, nearby work district, so me and Diana shared lunch breaks these days. Apart from the first day I arrived, Maggie was absent. Her mother fell ill. Though we live in the same city now, it feels like we are just online friends. Another afternoon, I receive a dessert takeout from Maggie. The cake is as healing as she is. Aw, that was sweet. Pick of cake. The dessert is here, but you aren't? Shifting between hospital and company, plus overtime, too busy. Piece of cake from Maggie. Oh, pick of cake from Maggie. In the picture is a commemorative photo of the same cake that Maggie took with her beloved duck card. Oh my god, this girl popular. 1,314 likes? Damn. I'm eating the same dessert as yours, so we can share the same the same flavor. How about having a proper dinner together after your mother discharges from the hospital? I want to share the story about Diana with her, with people I know. I'd prefer to talk face to face instead of online. Maggie has beautiful eyes. Oh my goodness. I'm just like all over the place with a lot of these people. Holy shit. Maggie has beautiful eyes. I feel happy to look into her eyes every single time. Miss me? While waiting for the text, I hold up the cake and take a photo. Yep. I unfortunately have definitely chosen. I feel like that was kind of a conversation ender. I'm gonna be so real. And this is a conversation starter with Diana. I sent Diana the photo I just took. Double happiness. Before I open Maggie's reply, another message squeezes in. Lovely afternoon tea. Who orders for you? At our age, still competing like a little girl. Maggie is just my friend. Through recent contact, I learned what happened to Diana after we separated. She's become a middle-level executive at Jishui. Sorry, I have to concentrate every time I try to pronounce it. Jishui. In the beginning, she was just a sales representative for Jishui, but over the years, she seized opportunities and even manages a small factory now. She is very busy with work and often goes on business trips. Although we live in the same building, we hardly see each other. At that time, her work was concentrated at the company, coinciding with some changes in top management. That's how we could re-encounter. Can't be myself? You don't like mango. Wow, she remembers? There are some mango slices. She looks carefully. I hadn't expected her to remember. My best friend ordered for me. She likes mango. Your best friend would order you food you dislike? Before this, I have mentioned this to Maggie. Though she remained tender... I have mentioned Maggie to her. Okay. Though she remained tender and inclusive when we talked in person, I could clearly sense her displeasure towards Maggie. Well, yeah, she's jealous. Are you kidding? This is a great sign. Sort of. What's the displeasure for? I never think about it further. I feel happy that she would think of me. I don't know. I was about to say, I don't think she's gonna like that sentence, and she didn't. Alright. At the end of the workday, my director Audrey requested a private meeting to hand over a new partnership initiative. Her attitude wasn't as severe as before, which made me suspicious about this project. It's not extraordinary to co-brand with a painter whose works are on display in a gallery. Although project proposal is high rated, it never got final approval. Although the project proposal is highly rated, it never got final approval. She told me to go back and review the official project details again. Back to my workstation, I noticed an unfamiliar box on my desk. The receptionist delivered this, marked with your name on it. Then I noticed a card on the box. Oh my god, did Diana send her own dessert with a message? Wish you happy today as always. Signed with a black moon symbol. It belongs to Diana. Ah, she's always had this lazy habit since the old days. Despite, even after only living for a few days together, she left notes with marks and drawings to cover her messy handwriting. 3 layers in the box with desserts, salty snacks. Not a big meal, but very exquisite. Okay, I'm starting to autocorrect in my brain now. I got it. Obviously, she chose them by heart? With her heart? I guess. Oh man. You know, English is my first language, but I talk as if it's not. But just after Maggie sent me an afternoon tea box, that's a little... I don't think subtle is the word they're trying to say here. Maybe suspicious? My colleague raises her eyebrows while seeing me return with the project proposal. This is the new project Audrey gave you? Everyone knew I'd secured the Jeshui's contract right after joining the company, a clear recognition of my capabilities. I don't know. I think you had a leg up with that one. I'm gonna be so real with you. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. What's wrong? Her expression turns unreadable. Hard to say. She worked at the company for years, joining around the same time as Audrey, and knew far more than I did. Why say it like that? Come on, tell me. Whenever I ordered afternoon tea, I often treated colleague, so she doesn't hide too much from me. Her gaze lingers on the paper proposal's cover, pausing in thought for a moment. You've taken this? Yep. Her gaze turns into sympathy. This partner is a hard nut to crack. Before you joined, that's exactly how your predecessor quit. No other tips? A leading National Gallery's boss. A beautiful lady whose husband is... She lowers her voice. Although her words are tactful, I still get them. This is common in our field. Marriages are like cooperations, a mutually beneficial arrangement where all stakeholders protect collective assets. As for love, it's a rare treasure. Some spend their lifetimes chasing what they'll never grasp, while others hold it only to throw it away, leaving nothing but regret. I stare at the box Diana gave me, picking a piece to give to the colleague. Thanks. Wow, this... She recognized the logo on the box. It's expensive. Unaware of that, I smiled at her. Then she reveals a little more, including the rumors that the gallery's boss has had girlfriends before the marriage, and still has ambiguous relationships with some female artists even after marriage. She even warns me to armor up. Oh boy, I think we found our fourth love interest. And I laugh it off. The new company takes employee privacy very seriously, and personal matters like marriage or relationships are never discussed among colleagues. And certainly no one is aware of my preference for women. There was even a woman I once wanted to die for. Pity she didn't want me in the end. Not Diana. I wonder if that, or is that gonna be the fourth love interest? Or maybe there's 5. I don't know. I don't know why I'm assuming there's 4. I'm gonna thank Diana for the dessert. The picture Diana sent back is a half-drunk soft drink right beside a matching box. A faint mist from that time? I have no idea what that's trying to say. I put down my phone and opened the proposal. Lorelei Gallery. CEO, Lorelei Chen. How could it be? Oh my god, how do I know everyone? Jesus Christ. For so many years, I deliberately avoided any news of Lorelei. We no longer shared the same circles and faded from each other's view. This is the first time I searched for her news. It's not actually her, but her name as the owner of Lorelei Gallery. Both official information and Lorelei's public social media portray her as a more remarkably successful gallery owner. If I didn't know her, I would mistake her crafted glamour for truth. I think it can just end there. The luxury brands, the private cars, the penthouse, the Lorelei online seems synonymous with the extravagance. Yet I've seen her desperation to pay credit card bills, and the words she left when we broke up. Being with you wasn't the life I wanted. Oh no, so this is gonna be the ex. Lorelei was my senior at university. Although that we broke up, I couldn't erase my memories. I still remember the day we first met. Yeah, give me context. Woo! I love the wobbly effect. The sunset that day blazed like wildfire. Maggie went out with classmates for a party. We have different hobbies and different humor, taste for food, even daily habits. She went for dinner with new classmates. Seafood hot pot was not my favorite, so I went back to the dorm to watch a movie. Not expecting the call from my grandma, she said my father passed away. That meant she wanted me to go back home. I hung up calmly, standing before the vending machine beneath the lecture hall for a long time. Not sure I should feel shame for this. I felt relief. Then stood silently in the dusk until the vending machine's glass door reflected a stranger's silhouette. But before I even noticed the figure, I sensed her perfume. A gentle perfume, similar to the one my mother wore before she left for abroad. I soon forgot this similarity. She said, "What's going on, miss?" That pair of eyes. I thought I saw Diana. I forced myself to refocus on the challenge in front of me. I'm not gonna decline, but surely she got the life she wanted. Lady in a wealthy family, high-end cars, social elite status. The only thing that can't be ignored is her husband. Even now, the internet still speculates why they're married. I don't care anymore. The digital proposal even included postmortems of prior failed candidates. Like Lorelei refused meetings, her phone rang into voids, emails sank like stones. A face-to-face attempt ended at her assistant. The last project lead had marched into the gallery too. Of course, same result. All they left for successors like me was one advisory. Or run. She is a hard nut to crack. I mean, it sounds like she just doesn't want to do business with them. Am I reading that incorrectly? I feel like she just doesn't want to do business with them. That's the reason they quit? I think, what they're trying to say is the company should just give up. She won't be Lorelei Chen if she's easy to get along with. I want to decline this project, but I was told the director had filtered plenty of candidates. Leaderships of companies bet big on Lorelei to pioneer fresh branding avenues. Securing this contract can solidify my position at the company, even get me a promotion. Emotionally, I refuse any connection to Lorelei. We parted louder than we ever loved. Even in my industry, I heard the rumors about Lorelei's ex-girlfriend. Her final choice, my laughable sacrifice. Oh? My rationality tells me I need this project to succeed. It's my career's potential turning point. My rationality is my future. After obtaining Lorelei's contact details as Lorelei's gallery owner, I bypassed the standard process. After obtaining Lorelei's contact details as Lorelei's gallery's owner, I bypassed the email first. Okay. I see. I dialed her private number directly. Oh? Ooh. These are this is an interesting choice for a full render. The way this person draws hands is really satisfying. It's the first time in all of these years I've called that number. Hello? It's her personal number. No mention of the owner of the gallery in her identity. In her, whatever. You get what I think you get it. It's just worded weird. We haven't met each other in many years. That includes all contact. Text. Calls, texts, every word. Familiar voice. Hearing the familiar voice, my heart sinks for a second. She was more patient than usual, repeating her words without giving away a hint of impatience in waiting for a response. Hello? Hello, it's me. I speak before she hangs up. That endless silence means she recognizes my voice. I didn't realize the faint smile on my lips. Whoa! That's Lorelei? God damn it. What? God damn it. God damn it. She's really pretty too. Eve? Evelyn Leo? Are you surprised? I'm not calling to haunt you. So many years later, I can finally face my broken heart. Maggie still thinks I stay single because of Lorelei. And my heart can't take this anymore. No, me too, dude. Oh my god, they're really pretty. They're all really pretty. I think Maggie's pretty too. She's just like childlike type, and I don't love that. Every time emotions came up, she'd slam her beer bottle down and hiss about that venomous woman. How did you get my number? I called you for a cooperation? I didn't answer her question. I just know I need a job to live in this city. What cooperation? About our company and your gallery. Our breakup was ugly. It became a drama spread among gossip circles. We should have vanished from each other's lives forever. I'd braced for a lifetime of absence, but fate seems to tangle us together. Ooh, hello. For the cooperation, we need to talk face to face. I tell her my intention on the phone. It's noisy on the other side. She seems to not be in the office. Her voice carries the same party bright lilt as she used to. In business, I should refuse your company. In personal, she chuckles. I can imagine her expression. Must be different from the superiority she pretended on her social media. She's playing a game. Do we have anything in personal? I'll do this one. Isn't that personal ties just for corporate advantage? Sure we do. So it seems I have no choice but to agree? Or will you threaten me with suicide again? Oh, shit! Well, honestly, that sucks. Damn, why would I do that? That sucks. I won't. No worries. That's not really the response I would give after that. Also, that's embarrassing. Oh no. Oh no, she's so pretty, but I don't know if I can take it having like a history with someone like that. That's embarrassing. I'm putting my dogs to bed and I reared back at that line. No, that was a lot. That trigger warning, I guess? I don't care about her taunt. That past was undignified. Was any of it love or just the thrill of performance? I don't even dare to figure it out. Maybe I'm just a potential... I don't know what that word means. Anyway, you always say that. Then let's talk face to face. Oh! That's it. That's all we got. Oh, this must be you. She must have a design, but that's it. Whoa. That was a lot. Holy shit. Okay, well, my first thoughts is this is a very pretty game. The art is really well done. And all the backgrounds are really fleshed out. And that's nice. Obviously this game is not originally in English, so I'm not like gonna dock it for that because that's ridiculous. I mean, I do think they should get a translator and a localizer. Either the same person or two different people, just to make it reading it a little easier, because after a while I got kind of in the flow of, you know, kind of like auto correcting as I went. But yeah, I can say localization could use some improvements. Yeah, I definitely think localization could use some improvements. I mean, it's totally it's fine. I mean, this is probably not made for English speakers, so I'm not gonna be like rude. And there were a lot of times where it said something and I was like, yeah, that's the sentence structure of Chinese. So it's very clearly just probably like Google translated or something, which is like, you know, if I was making a game and someone who spoke like Japanese wanted to play it, I can't say I wouldn't Google translate it. But yeah, definitely there's also just some straight up typos. So but again, this is a playtest, so honestly, this is really fleshed out for a playtest. I think this is good. I think this has a lot of potential. I think there are some like how do I put it? There are certain things that are like a little bit weird, but I think it might be weird for me just because it's not my culture. Like the like workforce stuff. I mean, that's not weird, but like it's just different. The whole Diana situation with the 16 and the 21, that's weird to me. But you know, whatever. This is their area. Um yeah, I think it needs localization is really the biggest thing that I think it needs. I really like this. I think it's a beautiful game. It's nice to I haven't played a game in a long time where I'm actually, or like a visual novel specifically, where I'm like struggling to pick someone. Like I almost always am able to be like, "Yep, that's that one. That's the one. That's the route I'm going to go." But this one is like kind of difficult. Obviously, we didn't really meet Yu, but yeah, so far Diana and Lorelai are kind of insane. um, it also does get quite um 18 plus kind of quickly, or at least implied 18 plus, which again is not a bad thing. It is just like it doesn't feel natural to like the flow of the relationships. Like with Diana, um it sounds like nothing happened between them when they were younger other than just tension, which I certainly hope so because of the age difference. But when they like meet again at the cafe, it was very like sexually charged, and I feel it was a little unnecessary, and a little too much too soon. um but then again, maybe I'll learn more about their past and it'll make more sense. But I honestly, I genuinely think that's like a localization thing. I think that's like a translating and making it make a little bit more sense to my native language. um but honestly, this is really good. It's, again, for a playtest, this is pretty fleshed out, all things considered. I like it. I'm intrigued. It's so pretty too. Like, I'm a big fan of this art style. I also enjoy how different they all are. Like, I feel there's a lot of visual novels out there that have love interests that are like copy and paste of the same person, but like change the skin tone slightly, give them a different hairstyle, and then a textbook like personality. Like a just a trope, and then they're like, yeah, good. But all of these characters are very different. They all have different pasts, which I think is really, it like adds a layer of complication, which I think is interesting. And I think it affects decision making when you have that extra layer of the past. So yeah, I'm very intrigued. I hope they can get a translation thing going. But other than that, good job. Good job. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see. Ooh. Oh, I totally forgot. That was kind of stupid of me. I'm gonna put that in there. I'm going to do this. Uninstall. Okay. Next game. Oh, very different. Very, very different. Not yet. Whoa. Uh-oh. This might be a problem.
Google Translate time.
Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Oop! Alright. Okay, yeah. I got it. Oh, God. Nope. Okay, I had a 50-50 shot of getting that right. Okay, there's gotta be... Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, we got it. We're good. I got it. Okay. All right. Yes. All right. Oh my God. Read the Discord. My goodness.
Sorry.
All right. That was almost.
That was almost
That was almost not a good thing. But we're good. All right.
Got it. Don't worry, chat.
We're good, guys. We're good. Yeah, that was almost oh no, it was like it's fine. It was fine. It was just in Chinese first and I was like there's a chance that we might have to reschedule this cuz let's see here. Hold on, guys. I'm doing two things at once. There we go.
Trying to come in to hear your thoughts about the last one, but my stream was too laggy and you finished.
Oh, okay. I can repeat a little bit. Sorry. Yeah, no, I was getting this set up for our next game and it was super in Chinese and I was like, this might be a problem.
Like 100% in
Like
Chinese too.
100%. 100% in Chinese. So, anyways, I just said I think it's a good start. I think the biggest thing that stands out and it's hard to critique anything else because it's so standout is it needs localization. It needs a good translation and it needs to be localized because there's a lot of things that there was a lot of phrases that I was like, oh, that's definitely a Chinese phrase that I do not know. It's not translated. Like it needs localization. And so, but I like it. I love the art style. I think it's a really cool art style. I felt at one, like especially with Diana, it kind of went like 0 to 100 really quickly, and I
Also
felt.
might be a problem with the translation.
And that's exactly what I said. I was like, it went to 0 from 100 really quickly, but also low key might be a translation thing. If it's not though, I think it just needs to like slow down. But I think it is though because like the way they like had that conversation and from an English speaker's standpoint it was very like, oh my god, we're basically dating now with like how they were talking. And then they go into them texting and it was very normal texting. So I think it's a translation thing. And I was also saying how the added layer of all of them basically having some sort of past with each other really layered into the decision making of who you pursue, and it's just another layer to consider. And I thought
also
that
needs to like
yeah, no,
I'm
I think
sure it'll be slower.
yeah, yeah, they can't do anything.
And like they have to have more in the middle. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
it'll be better to have.
One thing I really loved was the fact that they put the sketches of the things that they were planning in. Because I personally. Okay, so first of all, one thing with all of these games that I am making sure to look for is the use of AI. Because I just feel like that's something that needs to be careful nowadays. And the last thing I want to do is unknowingly promote something that uses AI on my channel platform. So I'm always looking, but I really appreciated the use of the sketches because first of all, it kind of showed me that there's a person drawing this. But second of all, it just had like a charm that's like, oh, this is someone's game. And this is someone's baby and I really liked it. The fact that even if the sketches weren't done. But anyways, new game. And it is in English. It wasn't in English, but it is now. I thought for a second, I was like, should I just go for it? But nah. We would get to, we would get to Ni Hao and, I'm literally already forgetting how to say what's your name. Milk? Milk? How do you say what's your name in Chinese again? I know. How do you say what's your name in Chinese again? I already forgot. Oh, I had Okay. I got it. we would get to 你好 and 我叫什么名字 and that would be the end of it. I also can't read Chinese very well. I can only speak it okay, a little bit. Anyways, moving on. New game. I believe this is from the same people. Obviously, a different artist. This is also a very good art style. Different artist. Same people, I believe. This is an actual full demo. So, yeah, it's probably going to be a little more fleshed out. I hope the translation is better given that it's a demo, but we shall see. It all started with a commission. When the client, who was said to be recommended by a classmate, came knocking on the door, Joan is tidying up the documents on her desk and utters a casual, "Come in." While the words still hang in the air, the client pushes the door and steps into the room uninvited. Joan looks up and happens to catch a glimpse of a complex emotion flashing across the girl's face. She never knows. That single glance will change her life forever. The client speaks with a clear mind, slicing straight to the purpose in just a few words. That's not where the problem lies. Sorry, Miss Serena, I didn't get your point. You mean your cousin passed away 5 years ago and now she shows up living? Yes, that's right. No, I still can't understand. Wow, it's so Sherlock coded. I know. Joan has seen too many people who loved spinning wild and weird stories for attention. The girl before her couldn't be more than 18 or 19. Even if she really encounters something so bizarre, she should call the police or ask her family for help. The girl is serious. She's playing a detective game so seriously. Looking at the wow, say serious one more time, please. Looking at the serious face of the girl, Joan can't help but smile slightly. Realizing the ill-timed smile on her lips, Joan changes her expression, I'm assuming, avoiding eye contact with the girl. Miss Detective, please do take my commission seriously. My apologies. As a newly established agency, we are very busy. I'm afraid we are unable to accept cases without evidence. Maybe you can go to the police for help. No matter what we find, I'll pay you the full going rate for this work. It's not about money, Miss Serena. After a long stalemate, the girl opposite shows no intention of canceling her commission at all. Joan takes a deep breath, then compromises. Well, if you insist, I'll need half the fee up front as a deposit. The girl frowns briefly before relaxing into a meaningful expression. Deal. The conversation accomplished, the girl pushes the door and exits with deliberate calm. So calm. Feels like this is her very own home. Maybe this client is more out of the ordinary than the case she brings. Joan ponders for a few breaths before she hears the footsteps behind the door fading away. She smiles thoughtfully, then lowers her head and continues to tidy up the documents on the desk. Back turned to the door, Serena wipes her tears carelessly. Left hand pressing on the buckle of the bag, a breath escapes from her lips. She calms down, then leaves the agency. Aww. What's wrong, girl? Yet she can't help looking back, desperate to see the distant silhouette. You really didn't recognize me, Joan? Or you never paid any attention to me? Oh, do they have a history together? October is the rainy season in London. After Serena left, Joan glances at the clock on the wall, then changes into a brown trench coat, dons a leather hat, grabs an umbrella, and wow, that is a list. Grabs an umbrella and opens the door and steps out. Rain emerges with the heavy air, falling into the nameplate above the door. Joan's detective agency. By day, it's her office. By night, it's her home. Outside working hours, she stays in the bedroom upstairs. This international student is passionate about it. Oh, I'm an international student. Passionate about detective work. Oh, of course, because... Okay, never mind. I see. She rented a street-side apartment in London and set up a detective agency specializing in helping Asian students solve problems. That is very specific. Although the Chinese characters cannot be engraved on the nameplate, this place remains a haven for those far from home. Wet streets and the chilly, clammy air of the rainy season weigh down the mood. Joan steps into a coffee shop near the station. That's. Huh. The coffee tastes the same as usual. She's still not used to it, but the slight bitterness overpowers the dampness in her nostrils. As the tram arrives at the station, Joan walks over leisurely and boards it. Under the brim of her hat, her eyesight is fixed on the rain-blurred window, ignoring the occasional critical gazes directed at her. After disembarking, and ooh, I love when they do this shit. Like, I don't get me wrong, I love when they have the full color stuff, but like, I love when they have like a little extra drawing here and there just for funsies. After disembarking and walking another 10 minutes, Joan stands at the post office entrance just as her watch strikes 3 o'clock. I know my nail file is here somewhere. Okay, well, I had a nail file here. Bitch. Alright, never mind, sorry. I just like chipped a piece of my nail. And I wanted to file it, but guess not. Alright. Joan sighs inwardly with relief. She didn't miss the appointment. This contact was unusually cautious, leaving only a letter in the cabinet. No meeting. This deviates from the original arrangement, but with everything appearing normal, her training and detective instincts tell her she should. Well, I can only pick up the envelope. Though rain falls lighter now, Joan shields the envelope before tucking it away carefully. She lifts her umbrella holding hand, the gloomy sky fueling inexplicable unease. Pushing down this feeling, she retraces her route in an unhurried pace. It's 4 p.m. when she returns to the agency. Damn. That was a haul and a half. The already gray streets now grow even darker, and her real work begins. When she enters the room, Joan quickly examines the furnishings in the house. Seeing that everything is the same as before, she steps in with relief and closes the doors and windows. Whoa. Hello. What do I click on? Oh goodness. October in London still carries a hint of coolness, though the dancing flames in the fireplace keep the entire room warm. Oh, bookshelf. The shelves hold case archives Joan has handled or is currently addressing. Okay. Already did the fireplace. Window. Looks like there's two things here. Joan looks at the documents on the desk where her daily work is recorded. A year ago, Joan came to the UK with the assistance of the organization, with two purposes: conveying information and raising funds for the organization. Of course, she carries out some special tasks sometimes as well. After the establishment of the detective agency, Joan helped many international students with similar backgrounds to herself while investigating cases, and became somewhat famous in London. Oh, interesting. Joan draws a letter from the table. On the letter, it seems to be a long chat. In fact, the organization's code hides inside it. Recently, Joan received a letter from the organization. A gangster nicknamed Black Tiger often helps the Japanese smuggle goods and information. Because he constantly travels between countries, it is difficult to track his whereabouts. They only know that he might be in the UK at present. Reconfirming the previous information, Joan checks the photos in the letter she has just fetched from the post office. The photos in the letter she's just... Well, let's read the letter first. Oh, shit. I really hope it translates that. Nope, can't read a single character. Inside the envelope, there's also a small note paper. Black Tiger arrived in London already. Alias Oliver. Address unknown. Please meet the clerk of the flower shop opposite the post office at the same time 3 days later. Contact code Violet. Joan strokes the note paper and flips it over, then shades it with a pencil, revealing the hidden message written on the back. Excuse me, I'd like a bunch of sweet osmanthus with 2 lilies. You have great taste. Autumn is indeed the season for osmanthus, but they are rarely seen in London. Ah, my hometown is full of them. Wow, you're gonna remember all that? I would have to read it. She makes a mental note of the message. Alright, photo. Sure enough, the photo in the letter is Black Tiger. His features are obvious. Dark skin and a scar on the right side of his face. I can't really do much other than, burn it. Oh, very, very nifty. Joan lights the brazier and burns the letter and the photo together. The face illuminated by the brief flames looks calm and steady. She sweeps away the smoke and places the brazier back, just like she sweeps away the strange feeling of familiarity. Is it because of the code name Violet? The name Violet has long been familiar to Joan. There are many rumors about this person, and it is unclear what gender, age, or physical features this one possesses. However, one thing is for sure, Violet is their intelligence center in Europe. Joan was surprised to meet with Violet today, but for some reason, Violet canceled the meeting at the last minute. Something's going on. Could Miss Serena's commission have something to do with this? Clue unlocked. The organization mission. Make Black Tiger. Scar on the right side of his face. Okay. After a busy day, who the fuck makes their bed like that? Sorry, pause. 1 second. Who puts their blanket over their goddamn pillows? What are we doing here, guys? Please. What is happening? After a busy day full of work, Joan didn't go to bed until 1 a.m. Oh yeah, Dio? There you go. With the gentle drowsiness she recalls for the people, with a gentle drowsiness, she recalls the scene deeply buried in her memory. Oh, she's cute. Finally, class is over. Looking out the window, I can smell a fragrance when I walk in the street recently. What is that? It's sweet osmanthus, very common in the South. Why do people here plant sweet osmanthus? I don't know either. We have been used to them. We've just gotten used to them. There we go. The poet Li Bai has written a poem about osmanthus. Do people plant sweet osmanthus because they think it's elegant and noble, not vulgar? Vulgar. It's probably not the right word, but you have learned a lot about classic poetry. The girl grinned, her eyes curved. Then she picked a branch of osmanthus by the roadside and flashed it across Joan's eyes. Because our teacher Joan taught us so well. Don't tease me. She's so cute when she was like whatever age this is. I love her hair. Their laughter faded away. Something bad happened, I guess. Joan sits up in the daylight. She had a long and vivid dream that night, almost convincing enough to smell the fragrance of the osmanthus in her hometown in October. Joan arrives at Serena's apartment. The residence enjoys it is located in an excellent location, tranquil yet centrally situated, with an elegant courtyard below. Seems like a young lady from wealth. Perhaps boredom abroad led her to this detective charade? Miss Detective! Serena appears behind the door. As she lifts her gaze, her fringe shifts slightly, a delicate smile gracing her features. Miss Serena, there are some details about your commission that I need to confirm with you. The excitement in Serena's eyes fades. Ah, yes, come in. Oh yeah, we apparently know each other, and she is very sad that I don't remember. Oh? So her earlier enthusiasm wasn't for the detective game. Joan is confused by the girl's strange mood changes. Before she can ponder further, her thoughts are interrupted by Serena's words. Please sit, detective. What shall I prepare, coffee or tea? Either suffices. Serena stands by the table, resting her chin on one hand as she carefully examines the options. After a thoughtful pause, she picks up a box of tea and waves it playfully in front of Joan. Out of professional habit, Joan sees the opportunity to scrutinize the tea caddy in the girl's hands, while simultaneously casting her gaze over the interior arrangement. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we have the bookshelf, the table, And this other thing. Alright, let's do bookshelf. The shelves brimming with volumes caught Joan's notice. A mere glance at their spines stirred an elusive sense of familiarity. Yeah. You know, for a detective, you're not noticing the fact that you know this person. Notably, through a complete tea set and leaves lay ready on the parlor table, Serena had deliberately overlooked them. Whoa. Inside the storage cabinet rested an identical tea caddy to the one Serena held. Not commercially available packaging, but bespoke porcelain tailored to match the furniture's aesthetic. That it was preserved within the cabinet suggested a tea cultivar? This young woman particularly favored. Then why had Serena specifically selected this reserved caddy from the cabinet to serve her? Wow, hello. Privileged upbringing fostering deliberate hospitality? Or ulterior motives? The young woman presently before Joan left her feeling rather perplexed. How about this? My favorite, fragrant without bitterness. I appreciate the consideration. Seated in the armchair, Joan surveys the interior. How long have you been in London? Merely a month. And you? The duration escapes me. Are you here to study? Indeed. Yourself? Likewise. Then why did you become a detective? Were you always one, or a sudden idea after arriving here? The volley of questions heightens Joan's suspicion. She deflects with practiced neutrality. What would you speculate? I don't know if that's practice neutrality. That's just bouncing a question back. Who can say? The world shifts unpredictably. Wouldn't you agree? Tit for tat. The girl's measured composure reveals no investigative urgency. There is something she wants. Each inquiry feels like a velvet-gloved probe. Joan's lingering doubts about Serena's supernatural tale now solidify into certainty. Pure fabrication. Yeah, the old days are long gone. You're newly arrived. Does homesickness trouble you? Serena doesn't answer immediately, kettle boiling forgotten as she stares through the window. Lost in thought for a suspended moment, Serena exhales softly. Pushing herself up, she begins preparing the tea. No, nothing worthwhile missing. Serena offers Joan the steaming cup. My thanks. Discord with your family, perhaps? Family, your own relations, are they all in the homeland? Well, that was a change of topic. Miss Serena, let's focus on the case. May I ask the name of your cousin? Serena sits opposite, observing Joan openly with unflinching focus as she enunciates deliberately. Surname Shin, given name wrong. Shin wrong. Joan mentally repeats it. An odd familiarity clings to the name. I think they need to decide whether a sister or a cousin. Miss Shinrong, your cousin, accompanied her parents to France years prior, then passed shortly after? Correct, precisely what I told you yesterday. Your age at the time? Mel. You didn't happen to come grab a certain... Yeah? Did you grab a certain...
Yeah?
That's all you come in for.
I'm trying to not disrupt your stream.
Guys, Milk is over here.
You want me to walk in and be like, chat, hey chat, it's candy time.
She walks in here and that's all she wants. It's all she wants. She just comes here for candy.
I'm being respectful of your stream.
But all she wants is candy.
And then I quietly walk out and you go, Milk.
Someone's in trouble. Ew! Ooh. We're doing a little read. Oh, yeah.
I'll just read it again when you're ready to read it.
Okay. Huh?
Or if you want to read it too, I'll just start. Okay.
No, you didn't. You don't get it. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Your age at the time? 10. Nearly 11. And your cousin? She was 8 years older than. Oh, I was worried she said she was gonna. Why are you vibrating? She was 8 years older than me.
She was 8 years old.
Older than me.
That seems like it could be problematic.
Thus, she never returned after departing for France? Correct. So, how did you recognize her when you saw her 3 days ago? What manner of question is that? Of course I can recognize her at a glance. Considering your youthful parting, there might be potential for... Joan halts mid-sentence, detecting Serena's demeanor icing over. Serena instinctively lowers her gaze. An aborted blink. Serena focuses sustained eye contact. In that fractional pause, emotional shutters slam close. You mean I mistake her for others? The possibility exists. I attended her funeral in France. I don't know what that is. Ah, my sincere condolences. It was just an ordinary question, no different from any other. Why did she take such offense to that one? Redirecting, Joan opens her notebook, locating the relevant entry. She wore a wide-brimmed blue hat with hair pinned up, a blue ankle-length dress with a white blouse, and pearl earrings with a matching necklace. This aligns with contemporary French fashion. Might you have her photo accessible? Ah, yes, family photo. Serena visibly relaxes in the new conversational tangent. Her unfinished words hang as she half rises, then abruptly reseats herself. That instinctive glance downward recurs. No, I didn't bring any, which means she does have some, I think? Joan takes a measured sip of tea. Never mind. Should your schedule permit, please accompany me near your school, the sighting location. Clues may linger there. All right. Huh. That's a really interesting. I wonder if she's actually lying, or if she actually had something she needed help with and went to Joan and then realized she recognized Joan. I wonder if this was a premeditative thing that she was using as an excuse, or if it's a coincidence. It's a nice day. Yes, better than yesterday, but still an overcast day. The school is not far from Serena's residence. Joan and Serena walk along the street and reach a crossroads. It's very close to my office. Is it? That's where I saw my cousin. Your cousin moved to France many years ago. Did she change her name? Ah, yes. Sophie. I don't even know your Chinese name. Just call me Serena. Oh, that's right, because oftentimes when any foreign student, but a lot of times Chinese people come abroad, people can't pronounce their names, which is so embarrassing. But so they choose an American name. I forgot about that. Despite the pretext, when Joan casually inquired about her Chinese name, Serena swiftly avoids the question. If she could mention Jing Rong's name, why withhold her own? Joan knows this question wouldn't be answered by Serena, so she just nods and jots down the new clue in her notebook. Meanwhile, she is attempting to piece the information together. Well, I can only do this, so... This is a prosperous area in the city, lined with shops and bustling crowds. Just 2 blocks away from Joan's office. So far, the girl calls herself Serena, has never mentioned why she specifically asked Joan to help her find her mysterious cousin, nor has mentioned her real name. Was it solely due to proximity or hearsay? Miss Detective? Sensing Joan's gaze, she replies absently, her eyes darting swiftly yet calmly through the crowd. Looks like she is seeking some treasures she hid deliberately. Mysterious woman. Oh, look, it's the exact description of her. How sus. A flash of blue passes. Serena instantly chases after it. Cousin! Joan saw the figure enter jewelry store, but the crowded lunchtime streets delayed her. By the time Joan arrives to the store before Serena, the figure is nowhere to be seen. Turning, she faced an anxious Serena. Where is she? She must live nearby. Miss Detective, please help me find her. Joan finds it suspiciously convenient, encountering the identically dressed cousin immediately upon arrival. Could she have staged this? Don't worry, Miss Serena. I'll look around. Hearing Joan's words, the girl calms down. Not calmness, but fulfillment? The satisfaction of a plan accomplished. Then I'll leave it to you. I have an appointment and must return to school. Excuse me. Of course, Miss Serena. Serena's behavior felt stranger still. If genuinely seeking her cousin, why depart the moment she appeared? Why prioritize another appointment? It felt like an escape before the act crumbled. Stranger yet. I feel like the purpose is, obvious. She wants to find her cousin. Who was that woman? Merely an extra? Then it wouldn't matter. Yet her appearance sparked a jarring familiarity mingled with resistance, as if recognition would bring pain. They really like their complicated pasts in this game studio. Was that why I hesitated to pursue? Well, dwelling in the thoughts won't get me anywhere. Joan heads to the next location. Long time no see, Officer Grace. Oh, Joan, I never properly thanked you for the last time. I owed you so much. It's unnecessary between us to say thanks. Grace, I know you handle the census and immigration records of London. I need your help this time. Wow, that's so straight. I think they meant straightforward. This kind of information is not open to the public. But for you, of course, just tell me what you need. I knew you wouldn't refuse me. Well, don't say that out loud. A client is searching for her missing cousin. Maybe you could help me to check the immigration records and find out if she is still in the UK? What is her name? Xin Rong, lives in France, so may also use the name Sophie. She is about 26. Likely, yes. The records show that she left France 5 days ago and arrived at London around 5 p.m. No records of her leaving. This Xin Rong really is really in London. This result really surprises Joan. Could it be that Serena was not lying? When was her last entry of exit recorded? That's what I can't help. There are only records from the past 10 days. The more information is in the archive. The archive? I can't dig it out in a day or two. Okay, thank you, Grace. Drinks on me next time. Well, that was convenient. Disguised, Joan returns to Serena's apartment. Little can be gleaned from her directly, but after several knocks, no answer. Joan sighs that the girls lack security before deftly picking oh my god, are we allowed to do this? Deftly picking the inadequate copper lock. Of course, Joan doesn't have the habit of visiting clients' residences without permission. It's just that, being in the middle of a mission and encountering such an odd client, she can't shake the feeling that something was amiss. The case must come first. Is this really the case, though? Joan crosses the living room and heads straight to the bedroom. Inside the bedside drawer lay several black and white photos. Most crucially, the family portrait. 4 generations crammed into the frame. Over 20 faces packed tightly. A young girl stood at the far left, hand clasped with her father's. Their resemblance, Joan froze. Serena? And this man... Memories. Schoolgirls sat around a table, sharing their latest readings. Read anything good lately? La Dame... Yep, I'm gonna skip that one. Oh my god, Uncle Tom's Cabin. That is, was not expecting to see that one. What age are these kids? I mean, I guess middle school. I guess, yeah, okay, sure. A Doll's House remains forever my favorite. And you? What are you reading? Agatha Christie? Oh, and then there were none. Joan smiled and was just about to explain. Somebody shouts from not far away. Oh boy. Hey ya. I don't think I'm reading that right. Anyways, the delightful conversation was abruptly interrupted. Joan had assumed it was just some school nothing, so she rose with a smile still on her face. But as she approached, the visitors' uniforms grew unmistakably clear. Then Joan would never forget that scene. Oh, oh. When she rushed home, she saw the silent and evasive neighbors, and her old house whose entrance was now barred by a policeman. Outside, near the well, a dried pool of blood stung her eyes. Joan was urgent to go into the house and check the situation. However, after negotiating, she was still not allowed to enter. Joan's hope was fading as she bit her lips and scoured her mind to get in. Seizing the moment, she managed to break into her own home. Oh? Oh, goodness. She saw another several policemen and an almost finished cheongsam on the table. Just a few days ago, she'd been the one urging Grandma to sleep early, or she would lose her eyesight. But now the stubborn figure who often sat at the table by candlelight will never. Oh, her grandma died. Okay. The policeman reacted and surged forward, wrenching her toward the door. But Joan couldn't feel anything, as if pain didn't exist. Grandma. After what seemed like an eternity, Joan was finally brought to the morgue to see her granny for the last time. Though she was filled with rage all of her mind, she still believed there would be a fair result. But all that awaited her were apathy and evasion. Officer, who did this to my grandma? Well, maybe just an accident. We'll let you know when there's progress. There's a gunshot wound on the back of her head. Don't make things difficult for us. This is beyond your control. Stop asking questions. Just count yourself unlucky and arrange the funeral. Joan still wanted to protest, but other police officers pushed her further. In the next few days, Joan practically lived at the police station, going in every now and then to inquire about the news, but no one was willing to tell her. Rost. Even worse, Joan was no longer allowed to see her granny. When she requested that she wanted to bring Granny home, those policemen seemed to take a relief and placed a death certificate labeled accidental before her, informing her that she could only retrieve the body after signing it. Your granny should be laid to rest as soon as possible. Compensation will be provided. Don't ask any more. That was all they said, without the murderer's identity. In the end, Joan gave up. After leaving the police station, Joan almost lost her mind and went back to school unconsciously. Subconsciously is probably what they meant. Yet she had no idea what to do, what she could do, just sat there numbly, all blank in her mind. Miss he, I think it's Huh. Are you listening? Yes? Joan suddenly snapped back to reality. Before her stood a woman in her late 20s, handsome and toned. She was the female officer I saw at the police station. Unlike the male officers, this woman remained silent when Joan pressed her for answers, yet she never shooed her away. Instead, she always looked at her with a sympathetic gaze. Joan had no idea why she came, but her nearly extinguished heart finally reignited with hope because of her. Officer. No need to call me officer. Just Jiang Cheng. You wanted to meet me? Your grandmother and I, we're from the same hometown. Joan felt astonished, then stepped forward and seized Jiang Cheng's hand like a lifeline. Officer Jiang, please help me. Grandma's my only family, but the police, they won't tell me who the murderer is. Jiang Cheng sighed. You can't entirely blame them. The suspect has powerful connections, and the evidence available isn't enough to convict him. They won't tell you to prevent you from getting involved in facing revenge. And I guess enacting revenge. Joan listened carefully and wiped away her tears. I'm not afraid of revenge. Jiang Cheng caught Joan's wrist and gestured for silence. Though I work at the police station, I hold no real authority here. When it comes to homicide cases, there's little I can do. Jiang Cheng glanced around, then pulled Joan aside. That family has power and influence locally, along with privileged connections. They're extremely difficult to confront. Stop investigating. Then Jiang Chang pulled out a pouch of silver dollars and pressed it into Joan's palm. Take these. Jiang Chang's kindness left Joan a bit bewildered. Although still in school, she came from a poor family after all. Joan could tell that this was probably Jiang Chang's salary for several months. No, I can't take your money. It's too much. The coffin ritual, cemetery, all cost money. Your grandma deserves a dignified departure. Thank you, ma'am. Your kindness is engraved in my heart. I'll return this favor someday. Joan's eyes brimmed with tears. She fought them back, her words choking. I just want to know who he is. Jiang Chang's expression softened with concern. Her eyes clouded with worry. I'll tell you, but you must promise not to do anything reckless. I promise. Jiang Chang raised her head and made sure nobody is nearby, then finally spoke in a low voice. The man's surname is Xin. His family is involved with gangs due to his exceptional marksmanship. People call him One-Shot Xin. Following extensive investigations, Joan ultimately attended the auction to trace the suspicious woman. Ew. Ew. Okay. Interesting. Some chapters are skipped to feature more characters in demo for a version of it. Okay. Alright, let's meet this character. When Joan arrived, the auction had already begun. The venue was lavishly decorated, packed to the rafters with people. How can I find her among this crowd? The corner near the door, observing the guests while organizing the clue sheet gathered. Among passengers on the Paris 6 days ago, no woman resembled Jin Rong. Therefore, the passport user wasn't her. Most likely a relative, friend, or imposter assumed her identity. Joan realized she needed to revisit Serena's home, regardless of the auction outcome. Excuse me. The voice behind interrupted Joan's thought. She jolted back to reality and stepped aside. Thanks. Oh, there she is. Ooh. The moment their shoulders brush, a tremor seizes Joan's heart. Startled, she grabs the other's wrist. Instantly, familiar pale blue eyes meet Joan's gaze. Both froze in surprise. After a brief silence, the woman speaks first, her voice elegant and mellow. Oh, Xiao Ya? Oh. How can it be her? How can they reunite so abruptly at an auction house in London? Joan feels overcome with complex emotions, though her face remained calm. So does the woman before her. Xiao Ya, how have you been lately? I've been good. And you? Same. This time, Joan chooses to take the initiative. Just 10 minutes. Let's chat. All right. The auction remains bustling, but between Joan and Queenie, the atmosphere is awkwardly distant. Joan notices attire? She was the mysterious woman Joan saw that day. She stepped aside, avoiding the passage crowd. Whatever. When did you arrive in London? More than 1 year. How about you? 6 days ago. 6 days ago? Joan turns alert. For business or planning to stay here long term? I've taken over the family business these past 2 years. Came to see if any auction items were worth collecting. Never imagined meeting you. I'm happy to see you. Her pale blue eyes hold a certain profoundness, like a breeze rippling across the tranquil waters of Joan's long-settled heart. Joan turns her head aside slightly, avoiding Queenie's gaze. Are you leaving? The auction isn't over yet. Today's items have low collectible value. Doesn't feel worth the time. All right. Xiao Ya, you've changed a lot. Joan looks into Queenie's eyes, I'm assuming, trying to describe how she has changed. Yet the more she looks, the more she has to admit that she is still as beautiful as ever. You haven't changed much to look at, but you seem more composed. Hearing Joan, Queenie's brows smoothed and she smiled spontaneously. Really? Just giving credit where it's due. You don't seem very composed asking that. Huh. Xiao Ya, are you in England to study? Yes, a distant relative sponsored me to study. Congratulations, then. You've always loved detective novels. Being here in their homeland. Detectives have a homeland. Did you guys know that? It's like your dream came true. The two are speechless for a moment after talking about their past. But it is true, as Queenie said, isn't it? Joan smiles. Thanks. How long will you be in London? Not sure yet. I have some business to discuss. If it goes well, I could leave in 3 to 5 days. So soon? Ah, that is, you're becoming quite the businesswoman. You negotiate swiftly. Hearing the fall of the hammer, Queenie glances at her watch instinctively. Joan looked around at the departing crowd, then to Queenie, who seemed to be thinking what to say. Looks like you have other arrangements today. Sorry to have held you up. Nonsense. Reuniting after all this time. I wanted to chat more, but no need. It's all right. No need to explain. Joan thinks that at this stage, it seems there were no explanations needed between her and Queenie. Queenie's Chinese seemed to improve. She appeared to catch Joan's implication, hesitating visibly for an instant before regaining coolness. Thanks. Won't you leave me your address? I don't have a fixed address in London. Maybe you can leave me your address? Not bothering to question her sincerity, Joan pulled a business card from her bag. My agency's address is on it. Feel free anytime. Feel free to do literally anything, anytime. Joan's detective agency. Queenie took it, examined it carefully, and an irrepressibly delighted expression flashed across her face. You made it! Zhao Ya, you are amazing! Her expression seems genuine, so Joan also gives a sincere smile back. Thank you. I'll come visit you. See you next time. Okay, see you. As Queenie's figure faded, Joan sank into silent contemplation. Arriving from France 6 days ago, could it just be coincidence? Judging the timing, Joan stealthily followed Queenie's route. She followed half a block behind, keeping Queenie's back in distant view. So is Queenie the one using Xinrong's identity? Not sure. I mean, I don't know. I skipped a few chapters, so I'm just guessing. Based on their character, neither Queenie nor her parents seemed involved in Grey dealings. As a detective, one can't blindly trust or condemn. This requires more investigation. Watching Queenie turn into an alley, Joan stopped hesitating and sped up. Around the corner, the alley is deserted. Crap. Realizing the trick, Joan spins to run and collides with someone behind her. Queenie looks at Joan with a hint of resignation in her eyes, her tone tinged with sarcasm. Zhao Ya, after years apart, you've truly become a proper detective. After saying that, the detective feels more awkward. This clumsy sense seems to have played out countless times between them. I just happened to be passing through. Fancy seeing you here. Queenie chuckles, bypassing Joan's flimsy excuse. I, too, have much to say, but now's not the time. Let's meet lunchtime tomorrow? You pick the place. Joan knows she was caught. Her tracking had likely raised Queenie's guardedness. To avoid worsening suspicion, she chose a public spot after a moment's thought. For lunch? A restaurant, then. How about Rule's Restaurant in Covent Garden? Get authentic British food. I don't know what it means by that last part. Alright, so tomorrow at 12 noon? Then see you there. See you there. Oop, that's all we got. Heck yeah. This one actually has a release date, which is very fun. Some of the others do not. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty cool. If you guys like this one, you should wishlist this. I mean, obviously this is a full demo as opposed to a playtest, so it's gonna be a little bit more fleshed out. I like it. The art style is super different. I'm kind of surprised how different it is, given it's from the same studio. I mean, it makes sense if they have multiple artists. I just like, I don't know, given like how small of a studio it sounded like. Um, I'm surprised they have different artists. but I mean, I like the different styles. I think they each have their own charm. I like the character designs in this. This is really like a you're welcome. I'm stuck. There we go. It looks like these are the only 3 that we have. Um, I think the main character. This is a really interesting story idea. I think the localization was much better this game. And obviously it was a little bit more like proofread, I guess. I think there were some things that were like a little unclear about the main character, and it could just be because we didn't really get the full story. We were kind of still revealing things about her, and then we had to skip some chapters to get to Queenie. But it's kind of unclear like who exactly the main character is. Like clearly she had a distant family member sponsor her to go abroad. But it's kind of interesting, the whole like detective agency thing. Like, is she in school? Is she here to do detective work? Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of that is just unclear. Maybe that will be revealed as like a full game comes out. Um, but yeah, I think Serena is very interesting because she clearly knows and remembers Joan, but Joan does not remember her, which also is weird for a detective to not remember someone. But I guess depending on from how long ago, maybe, I guess, whatever. Um, but also Serena seems to not want Joan to remember, or like doesn't feel like jogging her memory. She's like happy to play along, which I think is really interesting. Yeah. This studio really likes to have their like complicated past characters. And Queenie and Joan obviously have a past as well. I do not know what kind though. It's very very interesting. I'm intrigued. Also the like point and click of like clicking different things in the environment to like talk about it. I think it's a cool feature, but it seems to be kind of arbitrary. Arbitrary. Oh my gosh, thank you, Minty. I'm gonna stretch and pop my back. Ooh, it already did it, and I didn't even go that far. Ooh, big stretch. Ooh, that felt nice. Yeah, the point and click thing seems to be a little bit arbitrary, so I'm kind of I kind of hope they push it further to make it less arbitrary and more for like a reason. But it is a cool mechanic. It feels very it kind of like Death and Phaology. A little bit less fleshed out, but kind of like Death and Phaology. I do understand why they have American names, but specifically Joan's Chinese names seem to not be consistent. Because Queenie called her Xiao Ya, but her teacher called her something not that. I don't remember what it was. So I think that is maybe a detail, or maybe I'm just reading it incorrectly, and I don't know. I mean, I could just be stupid. Ooh, there's a CG gallery. Ooh, oh. Oh, I see. This is a good one. I do like the main character's outfit. I'm a big fan of like the character designs. I think they're good. Yeah, that's all for these today. I think I'm going to move our last one, which is called Irene the Window, to tomorrow because I am exhausted. I had a really long day, and I'm gonna have a really long day tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna move that one to tomorrow and finish up Visual Novel Fest with Irene the Window and the other one that is gonna be tomorrow. Oh man, I'm a little tired. Yeah, that was these 2 games. I enjoyed both of them. I personally think I'm more gravitated towards the first one just because of who I am and what I like in a story. Obviously, the first one needs a little bit more work in terms of localization, translation, and all that good stuff, but it is just a playtest, so obviously I'm surprised they have a playtestable thing, because I, I think they wanted to just get something out for the festival, but honestly, that's quite impressive, given, like, when they said it's in playtest phase, I had very, not low expectations, but I wasn't expecting that. That was quite fleshed out for a playtest. So I enjoyed it a lot. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm going to move the third one to tomorrow because I'm exhausted and I am probably going to go to bed. Having a break, well, it wasn't really a break, but having a streaming break yesterday kind of made me realize how exhausted I was from streaming for like 5 straight days. So yeah, I'm gonna call it early tonight. Not really that early, but thanks, Minty. Let us do a little raid. And as I was saying earlier, if you like either of these games, please wishlist them on Steam to support the developers. They're doing a good job. They are a Chinese company, so, you know, expect the games to be translated, and, you know, might have a few things that are different. But let's find. Oh, okay. Let's hop on call after this, Minty, and I'll let me take a listen. Let's raid my friend Sanguine, the vampire queen. We haven't raided them in a while. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. I apologize for calling it a little bit early, but I am exhausted. So I'll see you guys tomorrow with our last day of visual novels. Bye, guys.